I speak to you now, child of light, because you have been calling out for answers in the silence of your nights. I have heard the prayers you whispered when no one else would understand your struggles. I am Archangel Michael, protector and guide, and I come to remind you that you are not abandoned. Even in the heaviness you feel, even when life seems too overwhelming, I am standing beside you. I carry the sword of truth and the shield of God's protection, and I am here to lift you out of the darkness that has tried to convince you that you are powerless. Many of you are weighed down by worries about money, about health, about relationships, about your future. You've been fighting battles in your mind, in your workplace, even within your family. You ask, where's God when everything seems so hard? Hear me now. God has never left you. You are walking through trials not because you're forgotten, but because you're being strengthened. What feels like delay is not denial. It is preparation. And in this preparation, I am assigned to walk with you, to cut away the lies of fear, and to remind you that the outcome is already written in your favor. If you believe in God, comment 777 below. I see how the world has become restless. You feel pressure to keep running, to keep performing, to meet expectations that never end. Social media, competition, and constant comparisons tell you that you are behind. You wonder why your efforts are unnoticed, why others move ahead while you struggle. But I tell you, do not measure yourself by earthly timelines. God's timeline for you is different, and it is perfect. When you trust His timing, you will see that delays become miracles in disguise, and what you thought was lost was only being prepared for you in greater fullness. You must understand something. The enemy works hardest in your thoughts. He tries to convince you that nothing will change, that your prayers are wasted, that you are unworthy of blessing. He whispers that you are not enough, that your past disqualifies you, that your mistakes define you. But I come to cut through these lies with the sword of truth. Your worth is not measured by what went wrong in your past. It is measured by the love God has for you. And that love is unconditional, unshakable, and eternal. Do not let shame or guilt weigh you down. Many of you replay old failures in your mind as though they have power over your future. But listen closely. The moment you turn your heart back toward God, forgiveness was already given. Heaven does not keep records of what you have already repented for. Only the enemy does that. He tries to hold you hostage to memories that God has already erased. Release yourself now. Walk forward with freedom, for the battle has already been won in the spirit, and I am here to lead you into that victory in your daily life. Yes, there will still be battles. Real life is filled with them. Bills that must be paid, responsibilities that weigh on your shoulders, conflicts with people you love, and unexpected challenges that appear without warning. But hear me, you are never meant to face them alone. The problem is not that you struggle. The problem is that you try to carry everything without asking for help. You must call upon me, and I will come. You must invite heaven into your situation, and strength will arrive. When you learn to surrender, you will see how quickly doors open, how peace settles into chaos, and how clarity comes when confusion once clouded your mind. Comment Amen if you receive His peace in the middle of chaos. Child of God, I know your secret worries. You fear failure. You fear not being able to provide for your family. You fear losing people you love. You fear being misunderstood. You fear that time is slipping away, and you are not where you thought you would be by now. I tell you, release these fears into my hands. I will fight on your behalf. I will stand guard over what God has given you. I will remove the hidden traps the enemy has set along your path. When you feel weak, call upon me, and I will strengthen you with courage that is not your own. There is a reason I speak to you with urgency now, because you are entering a new season. You are standing on the edge of change. Things cannot remain the same as they have been. Some doors must close so that better doors can open. Some relationships must end so that healing can begin. Some habits must be broken so that freedom can flow. And yes, some risks must be taken so that blessings can unfold. Do not cling to what is already falling apart. Trust instead that God is removing what will no longer serve you, even if you do not yet see what is coming next. You will soon notice signs of my presence more clearly. You may feel a sudden peace in the middle of stress. You may sense a warmth around you when you pray. You may see repeating numbers, hear songs that speak directly to your heart, or receive words from strangers that feel as if they were meant only for you. These are not coincidences. These are confirmations. They are reminders that heaven is actively working in your life and that I'm beside you, guiding you one step at a time. Be careful, however, not to dismiss the practical wisdom I bring. Yes, I protect you spiritually, but I also guide you through real-life decisions. If you're struggling financially, I may whisper an idea to create something new, to apply for a job, to reach out to someone who can help. If your relationships are strained, I may nudge you to forgive, to listen more, or to walk away when the situation is toxic. If your health is suffering, I may guide you to take rest, to change your habits, or to seek the right care. These whispers are not random thoughts. They are guidance. When you obey, you align with the solutions God has already prepared for you. I know the path has been long. You feel tired. Some days you wake up with energy, but other days, even getting out of bed feels heavy. I tell you this, do not give up. Every step you take in faith is building something eternal. Even when no one claps for you, heaven notices. Even when no one says thank you, God records it. Even when you feel unseen, you are deeply seen. The strength you build in private battles will become the testimony that helps others. Take heart, for help is on the way. In the coming days, you'll notice shifts around you. Opportunities, conversations, breakthroughs. Some will seem small, but they are the beginning of greater change. Pay attention to these moments. Give thanks for them. Gratitude multiplies blessing. Do not say, "It is not enough." Instead say, "Thank you, God, for this beginning." What you honor grows. What you dismiss fades. Honor every blessing, no matter how small, and soon you will see abundance overflowing. I am Michael, protector and warrior of the Most High. I do not speak to you with empty promises. I speak truth, because I am truth's defender. You are not forgotten. You are not alone. You are chosen, equipped, and strengthened. Stand tall, even if you feel weak inside, because heaven's armies surround you. Speak boldly, even when your voice shakes, because your words carry the authority of the Spirit within you. And trust, even when you cannot yet see, because faith is a bridge that carries you into miracles. Your journey is only beginning. I will walk with you through valleys and mountains, through storms and sunlight, through nights of weeping and mornings of joy. Keep your heart open, your prayers lifted, and your trust anchored in God. The breakthrough you have longed for is closer than you imagine. I am here to guard you, to guide you, and to remind you, victory belongs to you, beloved child of light. Hear me now with the certainty of truth, for I, Michael, stand closer to you than the very breath you draw. I watch the road you travel, the burdens you carry, and the questions that stir inside your heart. You wonder if the turning of your days will ever bring peace, or the heaviness you feel will ever lift. I tell you with unwavering authority, you are not abandoned. You are not forgotten. You are deeply seen by heaven, and every step you take resounds in the eternal halls of God's kingdom. The battles you face in your mind, the storms that try to overwhelm your spirit, are not signs of your weakness, but confirmations of your calling. Darkness does not resist what already owns. It resists what carries the fire of heaven. And you, beloved, carry that flame. That is why the assaults feel relentless, why the nights sometimes weigh heavier than the days. But I come to strengthen you, to remind you of who you are and whose you are. If you believe in God, comment 777 below. Do not measure yourself by the opinions of this world, for this world shifts like sand. Instead, measure yourself by the truth that has been written about you in heaven. You are chosen. You are equipped. You are surrounded by angels even when your eyes do not see. I am among them, leading with a sword of light that no darkness can withstand. You wonder, but how do I continue when my strength feels small? And I answer, you were never meant to walk by your strength alone. Heaven's strength is poured into you. Each time you fall to your knees in prayer, you rise stronger than before. Each tear you shed is gathered, not wasted. Each cry for help summons angels to your side. What you feel as weakness is a place where God's power enters, and I am sent to guard that holy exchange. There are moments when the voices of discouragement ring loud, telling you that nothing will change, that the doors will remain closed, that your future will never brighten. But I, Michael, silence those lies with the authority of heaven. Do you not know that the God who formed the stars also shapes your destiny? Do you not realize that the same breath that spoke galaxies into being is breathing into your life right now? The closing of one path does not mean the end. It is often the clearing for a greater way. Your faith is being tested not to destroy you, but to refine you. Just as gold passes through fire and emerges more radiant, so too will you emerge from this season. I remind you, resist the urge to surrender to despair. Resist the thought that says you are alone. You are surrounded. Heaven is not silent. I stand guard at your side. Comment Amen if you receive His peace in the middle of chaos. Look at your daily life, the job that exhausts you, the relationships that confuse you, the financial strain that weighs heavy, the health battles that steal your rest. These are not ignored by heaven. God does not overlook the small details of your existence. Even in the chaos, He is weaving threads of purpose. The waiting seasons are not punishment. They are preparation. The delays are not denials. They are divine timings being aligned for your favor. Consider this. Every closed door saves you from something unseen. Every unanswered prayer guards you from lesser paths. Every unexpected turn is guiding you toward a place prepared long before you ever asked. Your future is not fragile. It is held firmly in hands that will never fail. Do not despise small beginnings. The little progress you make is not insignificant. The seed buried in the ground does not look like growth, but beneath the soil it is preparing to break forth. So it is with you. What seems like silence is a season of unseen roots growing strong. Soon, breakthrough will sprout, and all will see the beauty of what has been planted within you. I remind you also of your authority. Too often you forget the strength you carry. You think yourself weak, but you are armed with the Word of God, with the power of prayer, with the shield of faith. These are not symbolic. They are weapons that cause demons to tremble. When you speak light, darkness cannot remain. When you declare truth, lies shatter. When you stand firm, I and the armies of heaven fight alongside you. You live in a world that glorifies fear, that magnifies division, that seeks to distract you from eternal truth. Resist the pull. Keep your eyes fixed on the one who called you. Do not measure your worth by comparisons on screens or by the false standards of men. The world applauds temporary crowns, but heaven gives eternal crowns. What you do in secret, in prayer, in kindness, in faithfulness, it resounds far more than the loud applause of fleeting achievements. Child of God, I urge you, do not grow weary in doing good. You do not labor in vain. You do not pray in vain. You do not love in vain. The seeds you sow in faith are seen, and they will yield fruit in due time, even if the world does not notice. Heaven rejoices at every act of faith you make. You ask how you can withstand the trials of tomorrow when today already feels heavy. I say to you, grace is given daily, not all at once. Tomorrow's strength will meet tomorrow's challenges. Today's grace is enough for today. Stop carrying the burdens of the future before they arrive. Rest in the knowledge that the one who carried you through yesterday is the same one walking with you now, and He will not abandon you in the days ahead. I know you wonder about provision. I hear the cry of your heart when bills pile high, when opportunity seems scarce, when uncertainty overshadows your plans. I tell you, do not fear lack. Heaven's supply is not limited. The same God who fed thousands with few loaves will multiply what you have. Trust does not mean doing nothing. It means doing what you can and trusting God with what you cannot. As you move in faith, even in small steps, doors will open. If this message resonated with you, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Your support helps spread positivity and brings us closer as a community. Your prayers for healing, too, are not unheard. Whether the healing comes in an instant or over time, it is certain that no pain, no sickness, no wound is beyond the reach of heaven's power. I stand guard even in hospital rooms, even in nights of restlessness, whispering courage when your body feels weak. Believe this: nothing in you is unseen, and nothing is impossible for God. I tell you also about forgiveness. For many of you carry weights not from others, but from yourself. You replay mistakes, you relive failures, you condemn yourself for not being enough. But I, Michael, remind you, condemnation does not come from heaven. Conviction calls you forward. Condemnation chains you back. Release yourself. Accept the forgiveness already given. Do not hold yourself in prisons that heaven has already unlocked. Lift your eyes. Look around you not with fear, but with expectation. For though the world shakes, the kingdom cannot be shaken. Though nations rise and fall, God's promises remain unbroken. Though voices of confusion increase, the voice of truth has not been silenced. Listen closely, and you will hear the whisper of heaven guiding you step by step. You do not need the full map. You need only the next step. And as you take that step, more light will appear. This is a way of faith, walking even when the road is dim, trusting that each step you take is guarded by angels, secured by God's hand. Now, beloved, I give you this charge. Rise each morning with courage. Speak words of life, not despair. Pray with boldness, not fear. Lie with hope, not dread. Each day is an opportunity to shine light in places that need it most. You do not know the impact your simple faith can have. It may shift generations. It may change destinies. It may inspire hope in someone who is ready to give up. I am with you, not as a distant symbol, but as a present guardian. When you feel the nudge to keep going, that is me. When you sense a sudden peace in chaos, that is my presence. When you narrowly escape harm, that is my shield. Do not dismiss these as coincidences. They are evidence of heaven's care. You are not powerless. You are not forgotten. You are chosen, protected, and loved. Heaven rejoices over you. I fight for you. And the one who created you holds you with hands that will never let go. So rise, beloved, lift your head, strengthen your heart, for greater is he who is within you than he who is in the world. And no matter what storm rages, you will not be overcome. If you believe in God, comment 777 below. I speak to you again with clarity, beloved one, because I see the weight you've been carrying upon your heart. The days have felt long, and the nights have been filled with questions. You have wondered, how much longer must I wait for breakthrough? How much longer until the promises I prayed for are fulfilled? I tell you now, you are not forgotten, and the timing of heaven is never late. Every delay you have faced is not denial. It has been preparation. Your prayers have not been ignored. They have been gathered, treasured, and answered in the unseen realm. You are about to see the evidence manifest in your reality. Do not let the whispers of discouragement make you believe that God has overlooked you. The truth is that you are being positioned for greater impact than you have imagined. What you thought was rejection was actually redirection. The doors that closed in your face were never meant to confine you. They were meant to guide you toward the doors that only heaven could open. And I, Michael, have been standing guard, ensuring that those divine doors cannot be tampered with by darkness. What belongs to you will not be stolen, and what God has ordained for you will come forth in power. I want you to look back over your life for just a moment and see the times you thought you could not make it through. Did you not survive when the odds were against you? Did you not find strength when you thought you had none left? Even in your weakest hours, you were not alone. I stood beside you, and heaven's army surrounded you, holding you up when you could not stand on your own. You have endured storms that would have broken others, and now you will rise with wisdom that others will seek. This is why I remind you, you're not just passing through life. You are being refined. Every tear you shed became a seed of breakthrough. Every disappointment birthed resilience. Every setback trained your spirit to recognize the difference between temporary obstacles and eternal promises. This is why you must hold on and not let go. For the season you are entering now will not be marked by endless waiting, but by unfolding fulfillment. I see how hard you have fought battles in your mind, battles no one else can see. Anxiety has whispered lies, fear has tried to paralyze you, and doubt has clouded your clarity. But I say to you now, those voices are silenced by the authority of heaven. You have not been given a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. That sound mind is being restored to you, and peace is descending upon your thoughts like a gentle river. No longer will you be trapped in cycles of overthinking, shame, or confusion. Your mind will be renewed, and you will walk forward with clarity and confidence. There is something you must understand about spiritual warfare in this world. The greatest battles are not fought in the open, but in the unseen. They are waged in your thoughts, your choices, and the posture of your heart. That is why the adversary has worked so hard to plant seeds of despair and hopelessness in your spirit. But you have resisted, even when you felt weak. You may not realize it, but every time you prayed instead of giving up, you were striking blows against the darkness. Every time you chose kindness over bitterness, you released light into the atmosphere. Every time you forgave instead of holding on to anger, chains were broken. Your journey has not been wasted. Even the seasons of pain and struggle are being redeemed into testimonies of victory. You will speak, and others will listen, because your words will carry the weight of authenticity. People will see that you are not repeating empty phrases. You have walked through the valley and emerged stronger. You will become a beacon for others, showing them that the valley is not the end, but the passage to higher ground. If this message resonated with you, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Your support helps spread positivity and brings us closer as a community. Now, I must reveal something that will strengthen you further. The angels of the Lord are not only protectors, but also messengers and carriers of divine provision. Many of you have prayed for breakthrough in areas of finances, relationships, health, or purpose. And I tell you, there is movement in the heavenly realm even now. Provision is being released. Unexpected opportunities will present themselves. New alignments will form in your life. But you must remain sensitive to the leading of the Spirit. What comes may not look the way you imagine, but it will be exactly what you need. For example, there will be moments when you're led to release something, perhaps a toxic relationship, a limiting job, or even a familiar routine, in order to step into something new. Do not resist these nudges. They are not punishments. They are invitations to higher ground. Just as a seed must break open in the soil before new life can emerge, so too must you be willing to release the old to make room for the new. Trust the process, because I will guide you every step of the way. Do not underestimate the power of your faith in this season. Faith is not pretending everything is perfect. Faith is declaring hope even when nothing around you suggests it. Faith is waking up in the morning and saying, I will rise again, even when your strength feels drained. Faith is believing that if God has spoken a promise over your life, it will not return void. And your faith has been tested, but it has not been broken. In fact, it has been purified like gold through fire. And now, your faith will not only sustain you, it will open doors for others. I tell you this because many are watching you without you even knowing it. Your resilience has become a silent testimony. Those around you, friends, family, co-workers, have seen you endure hardship with grace. They may not always say it aloud, but they are inspired by your perseverance. And soon, they will see the fruit of your endurance, and they will know that the God you serve is real. Your breakthrough will become evidence of His power, and lives will be touched simply because you chose not to give up. Remember this truth. You are never fighting alone. I, Michael, continue to stand guard over your path. The armies of heaven are surrounding you. Wherever the enemy tries to send confusion, we bring clarity. Wherever he tries to bring division, we release unity. Wherever he tries to steal, we restore with abundance. Do not let the shadows of fear convince you otherwise. You are covered, protected, and lifted higher than the snares laid against you. And now I declare to you, your season of hiddenness is shifting into a season of visibility. The gifts and talents within you that have long been overlooked will now be recognized. The work you have poured into in silence will bear fruit in the open. But remember, This visibility is not for pride or self-glory. It is for purpose. You are being elevated so that the light of God within you can reach more people. You will become a vessel of encouragement, a carrier of peace, and a messenger of hope. Take courage, beloved, for the road ahead is not one of endless struggle. It is a road paved with promise. Yes, there will still be challenges. Life will always present obstacles, but you will no longer face them as the person you once were. You are stronger now, wiser now, and more aware of your authority in the Spirit. You are not walking into the next chapter empty-handed. You are carrying the tools, the lessons, and the resilience forged in the fire of your past. So lift your head high and walk forward with confidence. Do not dwell on yesterday's losses, for they have prepared you for tomorrow's victories. Do not fear the unknown, for I will walk with you into it. And when the road feels uncertain, remember this: the one who holds the universe in his hands also holds your future. Nothing can snatch you from his care. Nothing can derail the destiny he has designed for you. I am speaking to you now because you are on the threshold of something new. And when you step into it, you will look back and understand why you had to go through what you did. You will see that the waiting was not wasted, the pain was not pointless, and the journey was not random. Every step has been leading you here, to this moment of divine alignment, breakthrough, and new beginnings. I speak now with gentle firmness. Child of light, for the time of hesitation is over. You have been walking in the shadows of doubt, carrying questions heavy upon your heart. But I tell you with the authority of heaven, clarity is here. The battles you face were not punishments, but preparations. Every trial, every tear, every sleepless night where you wrestled with your fears was shaping the strength within you that you now carry. Do not despise the process that refined you, for gold only shines after it passes through the fire. Look closely at your own story. You thought you were abandoned, but can you not see how you were carried? Remember the moment when you did not know how you would pay your bills, and somehow provision arrived? Remember when sickness whispered fear into your body, but healing touched you in ways science could not explain? Remember the days you felt invisible, and yet someone reached out, spoke life, and reminded you of your worth? These are not coincidences, child. They are signs of God's hand weaving his protection around you. I was there in those moments, standing guard, ensuring the storm did not destroy you. Now I tell you this: a greater unveiling is near. What has been hidden will be revealed, and the pieces of your journey will come together like a divine puzzle. The people you are meant to meet, the opportunities that seem delayed, the dreams you buried in silence, all are being aligned. The delays were not denials. They were setups for something far greater. Trust the timing, for heaven is never late, and neither are you. If this message resonated with you, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Your support helps spread positivity and brings us closer as a community. Do not be afraid of the unknown. Fear thrives in uncertainty, but faith thrives in trust. And I say to you, heaven has already written the outcome. You are victorious. Your finances will be restored, your relationships healed, your path illuminated. You are not a failure. You are chosen. And I, Michael, continue to fight unseen battles to ensure that no weapon formed against you prospers. Take this word into your daily life. When you go to work, remember you are surrounded. When you walk through your home, know that angels fill your space. When you wake up weary, declare with confidence, I am not alone. Michael stands with me. God goes before me. These words are not empty. They are a shield. Speak them and feel the shift in the atmosphere. The breakthrough you have long prayed for is closer than you realize. Do not measure it by human eyes. Measure it by heaven's movement. Just as the dawn breaks after the darkest night, so will light flood your life. You will not end in despair. You will rise in testimony. And your story will not only bring freedom to you, but to those who hear it. For your journey is not for you alone. It is for the many who will see hope through you. So lift your head, beloved. The war is won. Walk boldly, love deeply, trust freely, and live knowing that the God who created you has never left you for a moment. I am here, and I will remain until you step fully into the destiny prepared for you. And now breathe, for you are safe, you are loved, and you are victorious.